How's everyone doing? In this game, I have Filisberto in purple as the Byzantines spawning in the northeast. And in the southwest, I have Shaddoll Winda in blue as the Japanese. So it looks like right off the rip, Winda was trying to micro his sheep a little bit and sent him off too far out instead of closer to his TC. He sends him further. With this game, if you guys do not know, Shaddoll Winda is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh player, or Yu-Gi-Oh card rather. It is a fusion summon, so we'll be seeing hopefully some trap cards, some nice Shaddoll fusions going on, and we'll see if Winda is able to take the win by cheating. Over here with our Byzantine player, he's opening up pretty standard. Okay, there's his villager. Okay, I thought he accidentally like sent his villager back home or something. Over here with our Byzantine player, we have a very standard cistern placement, able to get his berries, his town center, as well as the gold. So he went for cistern, house, and mining camp, all off of one villager. He's sitting at 7 on food, which means the rest will be sent towards gold. On this map, which is cliffside, by the way, it's, well, in general, it's standard for the Byzantine to go for Imperial Hippodrome, more so on this map than I've noticed on any other map, though. This map pretty much endorses a lot of feudal playing, since the rush distance is right there. That's it, and you're there. So if you're going for if you're playing a heavy cav civ, you're gonna get to their gold line, whatever's in the front, to their mineral, or not mineral line, that's StarCraft, to their gold vein, to the berries, stone, whatever's in front of their base, a lot faster on this map than any other map that there is. Aside from the rush distance, though, this is a really big map. It's extremely difficult to do any kind of full wall offs, anything like that. You're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of resources in order to get full walls. Even then, take this for instance, if he wants to full wall off the west side, he has this section that's getting blocked by a mining camp, so it's going to have to be a little, I mean, a gold vein, so it's going to be a little awkward. Thankfully, well, yeah, the center one, oh wow, that center one's going to be really difficult if he ever decided to wall that. And then you look at the eastern side of his map, or the eastern side of our Japanese player, which is kind of mirrored over here for our Byzantine player. Very difficult to get full wall offs. A little surprising, the Koka Township coming down for our Japanese player. Very unsurprising, Imperial Hippodrome coming down for our Byzantine player. I like how more Byzantine players have started going for the single cistern into Age Up instead of the 3 cistern in Dark Age into the Age Up. I said this previously in one of my casts. I don't think that was a very solid build whatsoever. Getting that heavy delay on your Age Up when you're supposed to be going for an Imperial Hippodrome harass, or Imperial Hippodrome into Horseman harass with Triumph and all that good stuff. I'm not sure why you would want to delay your harassment by a minute and a half, 2 minutes, depending if you have the build completely worked out or not. You could be screwing yourself over by a lot. I pretty much play Japanese only, and I anticipate the Imperial Hippodrome every single time. Very rarely do I actually scout my opponent's base until I have the rest of the map completely scouted out, covered, grab as many sheep as I can, because I know they're going for the Imperial Hippodrome. I know when they should be hitting with their horsemen. By then I have horsemen of my own plus 2 attack usually by the time they get to my side of the base. So I have plus 2 attack horsemen against their 0/0 horsemen. Yeah, that it's a very lopsided fight. The main difference being is what each Byzantine player goes for in terms of their mercenary contract. The first shinobi is out in play, gets a little bit of damage. He's taking a lot of TC fire, and the first one goes down, sitting on 2 shinobi now. Is he making a third? No, he stopped at 1, or he stopped at making 1. You do get 1 for free when you age up with the Coca, and that's also the only way you're able to get shinobi. The aqueducts are coming up now. He's gonna be Byzantine player is gonna be sitting at level 3 water. 4 horsemen, first horseman is out as well. 1 spearman, 1 hardened spearman, and 1 shinobi versus the world at the moment. We'll see if he's able to get anything done. That's a nice amount of damage through on the first horseman, almost able to pick it off. Keep in mind, it is 20 damage on the Wakazishi, and then +5 if it's a melee, which horsemen are melee. So it's doing 25 damage per attack before armor. They're sitting at no armor, no melee armor, that is. So that's 25 raw damage getting hit onto him. That's a lot of damage. Did he sabotage? Yes, he did sabotage the house in order to get the burn on it. Well, in order to do that 200 damage, which it's a lot of damage. Gets the first house down. Is he able? Yes, and he also gets the supply block on Filisberto as well. 1 horseman's 1 hit away. Oh, a nice Shimpo, or sorry, that's a different game. What is it called? Shunshin onto that archer. Isn't able to kill it, which makes sense. It's still 40 damage if both of them hit it, but I think it only got 1 attack off on it, plus a spear hit as well. There's 2 archers out. They're gonna be able to try to pick off the spearmen, sitting on 3 archers, 4 horsemen for our Byzantine player, 4 spears, 2 bugashas, 2 shinobi, and 1 horseman for our Japanese player. There's been a nice amount of harass. The supply block, supply block. Wow, why did I get tongue-tied right there? It's not even that difficult to say. The supply block was able to buy a lot of time for our Japanese player as well. He's still posturing. Winda is still posturing around Filisberto's base, seeing if he's able to pick anything pick off anything else, or even just keep him in his base. Now he seems to be going out into the wild for some reason, checking. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I think he's just checking the markets now, see if there's a hidden mercenary camp anywhere, and there's not. What is in here? So we have the Musifati warrior and camel archer on the northwestern trade post, and then on the southeastern, Chukunu and mercenary war elephant. So if he was going to do anything, mercenary camp at that at the southeastern one, but that is on the enemy side of the bait, or enemy side of the map. A little risky, high payoff, a little bit of a run by attempt coming through over here. He is able to get 3 villager kills. I'm assuming all 3 of them were at the berry patch. Winda is attempting to get. He's going to attempt to get that outpost up as soon as the Triumph runs out. Triumph's going to be going for another 15 seconds. 5 villagers, sorry, on the outpost. Try to quick build that for added defense. Another run by coming through on the eastern side of the map. Let's see, where are you headed? You already shift click to the deer patch. The rest of the horsemen are evacuating on the west side. 11 archers, 7 horsemen, 2 I'm gonna butcher this like I always do, Lamentanai. Well, sitting at 3 now. That's how long it took me to get the courage to actually mispronounce that word or that name. 3 Lamentini for Filisberto, 8 spears, 7 horsemen, 2 geishas, and 2 shinobi for our Japanese player. Nice reaction time for Winda, able to put his villagers in. Arrow slits coming through on the outpost as well, sitting on the southwest side of the map. There was a little bit of damage thrown onto the villagers though, so they are weakened for the second attempt of the run by. Fortification. Oh, that isn't a fortification. It looks fortified. It looks like it's already made out of stone. Just a regular outpost coming up right here at Filisberto's gold vein. He has 16 archers at the moment, 5 Lamentini, 7 horsemen. The 7 horsemen are on the opposite side of the map though, attempting to go for another run by, at least posturing for it. 2 of them get split off to try to take care of villagers on the stone. Nice pull by our Japanese player into the arrow slitted outpost. 1 horseman goes down. Second one should live. Oh, excuse me. Oh, almost with the massive snipe. There was almost a massive snipe off on that horseman. It barely survives with 4 HP. Literally 1 arrow shot away from death. Over here, back at our Byzantine player's base, second outpost is coming up on the wood line. He did have 8 villagers idle. They're going to get pulled onto the outpost and onto the wood line as well. No, they're going straight to the berries. I don't see a mercenaries. Oh, there it is. Okay, the mercenary house was at the back of the base. An attempted wall off on the outpost. Fortification coming through as well as arrow slits. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to keep that alive long enough for either of those to take effect. He has 5 units in there. Fortification comes through just in time. Horsemen adding in essentially no damage onto those arrows whatsoever because the Lamentini were there just buffering and letting the archers just free shot all day. 25 archers, 7 horsemen, and 6 Lamentini for our Byzantine player. Arrow slits okay. Arrow slits did not finish, which is actually kind of a good thing for our Japanese players, so it's not completely wasted resources. Castle Age comes through for Winda, who's sitting on 4 spears, 1 Bugeisha, and 1 horseman, as well as the Shinto priest. Where are you, Mr. Shinto priest? Did he already send it out? Okay. So the first Yoshido, actually I know I'm saying that wrong. I keep thinking that it's called the Yorishido gets put onto the barracks. The second one is going to be put onto a barracks as well for the added production rate, which he will need going against this massive force of 28 archers. Wow, he needs to spam out as many samurai as he can. I don't think he has the resources in order to sustain this. 300, almost 400 food per minute, but nothing banked up after the age up. Really nice timing coming through for Filisberto to punish the castle age. If he doesn't push in now, he's focusing on the outpost way too much. He needs to push through. He needs to add damage onto the villagers, onto Winda's army before he gets to a critical number of samurai. And he's able to push out. Another run by coming out over here. Nice reaction time by Winda. Gets his villagers safe into the outpost. Quick Wall attempting to come through. Is he going to be able to? There's a segment that just instantly gets burned down. Horsemen are going to be able to get a couple of villager kills right there. He's looking at 3 villager kills so far with a total of 9 throughout the game. On the other side of the map, we don't see an age up coming through. It looks like he is posturing for one though, sitting at roughly 1,000 food banked and roughly 800 gold banked up. But that is a lot of archers, 25 total archers. Spears need to get pulled back. Villagers need to get pulled back as well. I believe that's a hold position sheep there as well, to stop that wall from coming through. I don't know if that actually does stop it or not, though. I know what I've done is put the sheep there and then kill it, so they wouldn't be able to. That is a scary, scary force of archers, though. +1 ranged attack and +1 ranged armor, and no melee at all for no melee attack or defense or armor for Filisberto just yet. We have +2, and a fight is about to no fighting yet. It looks like Filisberto is a little concerned about the amount of samurai that are there. They are sitting on +2 melee attack and +1 ranged armor, which puts them at a total of 4 melee armor compared to, oh, there's 5 longbow in there as well. Did not notice those. Scout goes down. Yes, but he's also gonna lose all of his horsemen right there. So yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that wasn't worth it. 5 horsemen for 1 scout. Not very good. Not a very good trade. Meanwhile, behind it, we did have Cistern of the First Hill come up for our Byzantine player. Still more and more samurai coming out. He's currently sitting on 11 samurai, 3 spears, 3 bugashas, and 1 Shinto priest, with a total of 18 army supply. 1 samurai goes down for free. And Filisberto, our Byzantine player, is sitting on 24 archers, 6 Lamentini, 5 longbows, and his first cataphract comes onto the field. A little bit, I say a little bit, but a full wall has come down for our Byzantine player, covering the west, center. Oh, he got the nice end of the center wall here too, unlike our Japanese player. Yeah, he got the raw end of the deal when it comes to being able to wall his side. But Filisberto does have the entire eastern side walled off as well. Our Byzantine player is going to attempt to push out a little bit. 2 cataphracts out on play now. Winda needs to make sure that he doesn't clump up all his units to minimize the effects of the trampled damage that does come through. Nice shot from the outpost, from the springled emplacement in the outpost. Oh, are the units still in range? While they're circling around the ram attempting to build it, it looks like the springled emplacement, that archer is totally in range of that. The longbow is in range and he's not getting shot. Today's your lucky day, Mr. Longbowman. The Charisophone Shirosiphon comes through. Another shot comes out of the springled. It gets 1 kill so far, moving in 5 villagers into the outpost to attempt to get a little bit more damage output from there. Decides to engage. Nice kiting from our archer, from our Byzantine player with his archers. There are a lot of armored units in that army though, so the archers and longbows are going to have to put in a lot of work if they're going to try to kill anything. So instead he decides to back off, especially since his Shirosiphon was destroyed. 3rd relic coming in for our Japanese players. There's still 1 out on the map, northwestern corner, well, direct north, sorry, true north corner of our Byzantine players base. Where, oh, I thought I was missing a run by, but no, it's just the Wolfie, the bitey infantry. So we have 1 captured sacred site and 1 relic for our Byzantine player, 3 relics for our Japanese player. And our Byzantine is stealing our Japanese player's boar. 3 Shirosiphons coming in against that outpost. It doesn't long for this world for much longer. Going full, oh, that that was very quick destruction of all three of those sheriff siphons. Meanwhile, these archers are putting in a lot of work. The archers and the longbows are putting in a lot of work in the background. I believe he still has his trample to go through. He hasn't used it a single time quite yet. That's an extra 20% damage, I believe, for every unit that gets trampled on. The samurais are just so tanky at the moment and able to dish out so much damage, especially once you add in the bannermen sitting on +3 attack and +2 ranged armor. He has ran out of gold. He still has a fairly safe one in the back. Just do a little bit of a wall off right here just to make sure that it doesn't get harassed instantaneously by a run by. But it doesn't look like Filisberto, our Byzantine player, is really attempting to do that any longer. After he lost his initial, I say initial, but once he lost his 7 horsemen, he hasn't really done any run bys since then. We see another Shiro Siphon coming down, as well as a second TC coming up on the western side of his base, just trying to get that villager, trying to get his villager numbers increased. He is at 62 to Winda's 53, so it's a little bit, it's about a 10 villager difference because one should be popping out. Yeah, so it looks like Filisberto's about 15 seconds ahead in villager production. There is a monk in the far western side of the map scouting around looking for any potential relics as well. Both of these do have springald emplacements. Yeah, okay, so at least there's that, adding in the extra damage onto the Shiro Siphon. The cataphracts are getting split off. This is what I was talking about when it came to the run bys, the run by potential, if he doesn't have the walls. Springald, an actual springald, is out now in order to deal with any potential. As I'm trying to talk, another fight breaks out. There are quite a few crossbows in here now, trying to pick off as many samurai as they can. The Bugashas are adding in a lot of damage. Your bannerman, Winda, you have a bannerman just in the back doing nothing. I'm assuming he was just trying to micro that back so he doesn't lose it. The 5 cataphracts that were rotating on the eastern side have finally made it to the back line, and they're going to start harassing Winda's villagers. No kills yet. He should be able to get one, at least 2. I never realized how slow the cataphracts were. They should have been able to get at least 2 villager kills right there. He is sitting at 11 villager kills compared to Winda's 1, but he should have got something there realistically. We have a springald. Well, we've had the springald out for our Japanese player, and now we have a manga now out as well. Sacred site in the center has been captured. Full wall is done now on the southwest side of Winda's base. He needs to send these 2 siege units back home so they don't get randomly sniped by the cataphracts. If he decides to turn around, he could just trample, get the added bonus, and do a single trample, get the added bonus, and then be able to snipe them off. Villagers are getting scouted on the eastern side. Both players see what's going on. 2 towers coming down for both players, 1 for each. And oh, be careful. Oops, wrong one. So all right, Filisberto didn't see the siege, otherwise he would have jumped on that. He does see it now though. He should go for it, or he could have went for it. Villager goes down, the outpost goes down, the Byzantine outpost goes down, as well as I think it was 3 villagers. Yeah, because he only had 1 villager kill. Goes up to 3. Another potential villager is going to be going down for Winda. I think Yes, he's able to get it. He should have just sent it straight to the base, but there is idle time. There was idle time on the Japanese players' town center. These cataphracts are just so deadly, and sacred site victory is approaching for our Byzantine player. Winda has 9 minutes 45 seconds to deal with it, which he should be able to. This one's right here. His villagers have +3 attack. Pull 4 of them, kill the monk pretty quickly, and then recap it and get a very crappy wall through. Oh, is he gonna be able to get this? He's not gonna be able to get the wall up in time. Another huge amount of potential villager kills could be coming through right now for our Byzantine player. Meanwhile, in the middle, he's posturing to attack with a massive force. 59 army, 57 army to 71. 4 Springolds instantly snipe off the mangonel before a single shot even comes through. I see about 3 Lance Connect mixed in there as well. 32 spears. This is such a huge force for our Byzantine player, and the worst part about it is for our Japanese, he didn't get a single mangonel shot off before they died. Good micro, good stutter step coming through for Filisberto. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting the wrong hotkey. And now he smells blood in the water, and he's gonna be pushing in 30 army to 50, 10 of which are spears for our Japanese player that are just gonna get instantly melted the moment that they poke out. They were, from what it seems like, is that they were able to clear out the cataphracts at bare minimum, but now he has the main military force to deal with. 7 Bugeisha, 11 samurai, 1 Springald, 1 spear to deal with, 28 crossbows, 10 archers, 1 Shiro siphon, 4 man-at-arms, not man-at-arms, wow, Varangian guards, 3 Shiro siphon now, wow, 4 Springolds, 3 longbow, 1 Lamentini, and 2 mangonels. That is a hefty force, more than double the army supply of our Japanese player. And on top of that, Filisberto's also sitting at 92 villagers to 57 of Windas. The amount of control that Filisberto has and has had throughout the entire map, with those run-bys, with nice little snipe on the mangonel. There's still a second one through. Where's the second one? Staying far back on top of the sacred side. These Shiro siphons are gonna burn down the first stable. They're gonna turn, one is gonna turn and dragon breath all over the outpost, which is gonna severely reduce the amount of vision that our Japanese player is gonna have. There's a total of 7 Shiro siphons out on the field at the moment, just burning away everything in their sights. At least Winda was able to secure the gold on the west side, and now the fight comes out. Huge mango shot on top of the samurai and the Bugeisha, able to instantly proc off a lot of the deflective armors that they were carrying. A snipe comes off from the Springald onto another Springald. It tied up 1-1. These two should be able to kill each other, but the front line is just completely melted for our Japanese player, and GG gets called. Filisberto, our Byzantine player, takes the win. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.